Don't we got a show for you? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Curfew Boys. Before we get this started, if you like what you hear, if you love our content, you know where to follow us. You can follow us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. You can listen to us on any podcast platform like Google and Spotify and Apple. And yeah, if you want to see our beautiful faces, like I said, you can follow us now on YouTube, subscribe, and yeah, you can get to see our beautiful faces. Joey's on the market for some pretty ladies out there, men too, if you
Or
want.
men.
But men. No, not
Yeah,
judging, not
we
judging.
can't discriminate.
It's just, no, it's not discriminate. It's just that we both said at the same time for Joey.
I will keep it all in.
It's been a long
when-
time.
when
For
Why?
a long time, I had to.
Keep
throw
it
it
all-
out.
What
I had
are you
to-
keeping all in, Joe?
The
keeping on
rage and the energy. Don't worry, it's fine.
What rage? Hold on, wait, before we get this started, what rage and energy do you have, Joey?
Don't knock before you try
No,
it.
it's not rage. I'll keep my. How do I say it? I'll keep calm for all this
You'll keep your
this
composure.
backlash that I get.
I call bullshit. I think he's gonna lose it later on.
We shall see.
I might.
I will find ways to poke the little bear over there because it's been a long time.
Little bear.
Yeah,
My
find the
God,
little bear.
one after another.
Oof.
There's so many-
Under the belt.
It's been a while.
the
It's been a while, Joel.
What
It's
the
been a
fuck
while.
did Joey do to deserve this?
Nothing at all.
What did
Nothing
he
at
do?
all. I just, Anyways, guys, finally, it's us five live on this podcast. It's been a long time. To all listeners out there, we're finally the five right now. So, what's up, boys? How's everything?
I listened today because we're gonna be
Mhm.
five. We're gonna be us five today. I listened to "The Boys Are Back in Town." I literally listened to that song today.
It
Getting
got you
ready
in the
for
mood, eh?
because everyone's here.
That was your theme song today.
Yep.
You're walking around your house naked and listen to that song. The
Pretty
boys
much.
back in town. Wow,
You had the
I
visual.
honestly don't know
I'm
what's
sure
wrong
you
with
had the
me.
visual.
I do.
It's the sunburn.
Yes, I'm very burnt right now. AJ, didn't you give up chips for Lent this year, or you gave up after 3 days?
Ah, Lent.
I didn't give up anything this year.
He gave up
Oh, that
everything
was-
besides
That
shit.
was last year.
That was last year. Wow.
What is Lent? Explain to this modern society we live in.
More importantly, Anthony, how was Florida?
Oh, yes.
Florida's Florida, guys. I keep saying that every time you ask how's Florida. It's Florida's Florida. It's home away from home. It was fucking hot. Then I come to this fucking cold bullshit.
It was nice while you were gone. We were in the bus.
Yeah, I know. And then this morning,
Yeah.
I landed this morning. It was -6 at the airport. I was freaking out. And then tomorrow's supposed to be +11 again. So whatever. It was good. It was a nice couple of days of sun.
Hopefully we're done with this fucking snow. I worked the night it snowed, and it was just people forget how to drive. Like all common knowledge behind the wheel just goes out the fucking window, like pun intended for real. So it's just I'm done. I'm done with the snow.
There's
I really
always-
am.
It's not over,
I'm-
boys.
I think we all are, but there's always like mazzo pazzo. To all Italians out there, mazzo pazzo means crazy March. March is over, but we've had a crazy storm in April once. You
Last
guys
year.
remember last year. Anyways, we'll see. Let's not talk about negativity. Let's get back into business. I think the Habs are still live in action right now, right?
And end of the second period versus Florida down 3-1.
And
Congrats to Sean Farrell.
Sean Farrell scores his first fucking goal in his first shift at the Bell Center on his first shot.
Looked like a Joey goal.
Hey, it went in, right? Counts.
As long as it goes in, it counts, right?
Worst first goal of all time?
Mm.
Like in
No,
terms
I-
of aesthetics.
No,
Really?
I think Max Talbot's goal is worse. In 2005 with Pittsburgh, off the draw, just yanked it. The goalie wasn't even paying attention. He was going to the bench.
Doesn't matter.
Okay,
really.
fair enough. I
Doesn't
remember
really
that.
matter.
Goal. Yeah.
But doesn't this give you a little bit of PTSD with Sean
Stop.
Farrell
Stop.
scores his goal, having a good game, and then you go back and think about fucking
Don't say it. Ryan Paling.
Yeah, his
I
his
know.
first game in the NHL. scores a
I
hat
love that
trick.
kid. Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Zook,
it's
you
not
picked
the
the bad one.
It does give me fucking PTSD. That's for sure.
Zook,
Yeah.
you picked the bad one.
What happened? Yeah, well, you know what? Yeah, I had hope, but he didn't have the support staff that these kids have at this point. So
That's true. That's
No,
true.
but you score a hat trick in your first NHL game. Like
They didn't manage him well, though.
Talk about setting the fucking bar high.
No,
Even
right.
the
Just
shootout
For
winner, right?
yourself.
And
They
the
didn't
shootout.
manage.
And the
They
shootout
didn't
winner.
manage the youth the same as they did nowadays back in the day. They fucked
No,
up a lot of kids.
I think his concussion in
Yeah,
the
that
training
too.
camp
Yeah.
after didn't help
Right,
him.
right.
Don't
But
forget,
anyways.
he was supposed to make the team before Nick Suzuki. We all forget that.
Right. Yeah.
Nick Suzuki made the team because
He was-
Ryan Palin got fucking hit.
And
to
he
the
was
head.
having a strong camp up until
He
that point.
was absolutely. He
Like-
totally was. Nick Suzuki was
It breaks
was
my
a
heart.
was a backup plan. It was between those two for the final spot on the roster.
Yeah, it breaks
Suzuki
my heart.
got it because Palin got hurt. He got a concussion. Like, can you imagine that though?
Fucked
Like, if
up.
you look back, like, talk about, I don't know if it's destiny or if it's meant to be, whatever you
It is
believe
what
in.
it is.
But
Yeah.
but
It's
but
written
can
in
you?
the stars.
But what would have happened if Suzuki did not make the team that year?
Well, that's it. Could have went back plan B. It could have been Paling
Yeah.
was a star, and we would have known about Suzuki. He would have gotten traded, and then he would have destroyed someone else.
Wow,
Pa-
way to give the worst case scenario.
I know.
Nah.
All you're missing is just Paling. He's the captain now, so.
Well, I'm looking at his stats right now with Pittsburgh. 45 games played, only 6 goals, 7 assists. So
Yeah, but he's playing
Yeah,
on the
Luke-
fourth. He's playing on the
Yeah.
fourth line.
That's
Yeah.
true.
He's their fourth line centerman, which is what he is. And personally, I thought he was gonna out play or take over the spot that Jake Evans has now with the Canadians.
Nah.
And Jake Evans is a good worker, but I think Paling is a bit of a he's obviously a bigger player. I think he's a better skater. He's faster. But yeah, no, Jake Evans just the thing about Jake Evans was he was consistent.
We need that right now. 'Cause we have none.
Absolutely. But how about we get into Sean Farrell's debut? When did he play on? When was it? Tuesday? No, Monday. Monday.
No, man.
No,
Oh,
No,
it's Tuesday.
Tuesday against
Tuesday,
Philadelphia.
Tuesday.
that's right.
Yeah,
I've lost
two
all
nights ago.
fucking. Yeah, kid looked good.
He didn't look out of place.
He didn't look out of place. No, I said it from the beginning. He's a smart player. He knows how to position himself
Yeah.
properly.
That's all he had, in my opinion, was his positioning. You could tell he was on point, but he still doesn't have the physical aspect to be in those places successfully
So,
for a long time. That's what I'm saying.
so who was it? I think at one point he was up against Ivan Provorov.
No, who's the Finnish guy there? The tall
No,
guy.
it was the Russian, like, and Provorov just went like
yeah,
that. And
yeah,
poor-
yeah, yeah. No,
and poor
but
Farrell
there was
just
also
went,
another player that did that.
went flying.
I
Could
forgot
be,
it.
but like that's the one I noticed. And I mean, Farrell's at 5'9". Like,
Yeah, well, yeah, I
He's-
know, but so what? He'll gain like 15 pounds this summer or something, and that'll give
yeah.
him enough.
15
No, or 10
pounds.
How
pounds.
much, Suk?
how about neck? What
Well,
do you want him?
Caulfield did that.
What do you want him to?
Suzuki did that as well.
You want him to squat like fucking 4 plates each side? and
No,
bench
it's just
3?
it's the core strength, man.
He's in Montreal. He's gonna gain the weight.
Yeah, it's not only that he's in Montreal, but
not
Caulfield did the same
Americans,
thing.
maybe.
By the way, guys, he gained about 10-15 pounds from last summer.
How do you know this?
He said it. After they do the what do you
weigh-in?
call it, the fall camp there right before the season,
Yeah.
they do all these tests and stuff.
He did gain a few pounds. I don't remember
Yeah,
how much.
yeah.
He
Yeah.
gained, I know
Suzuki.
he put on muscle and
And it
gained,
shows.
I don't know if it
He's
was
not
15
fucking falling all the time.
I don't know if it was 15 pounds. I think you're mistaken with KK because KK won
No,
summer,
KK too.
came out of nowhere.
KK too.
and
Yeah,
just-
yeah.
he-
But that was
but
a
then
while ago.
was
But
like-
he still had shit balance, KK. That was a problem.
still-
He still was always falling.
Dude, he's still falling. You look at the game he played against the Canadians. Half the times on the ice.
Yeah, he won the fucking game. I remember that.
Yeah, whatever. But he also played like 9 minutes the whole game. Like,
Because he supports the tank. That's why.
yeah, whatever.
I think he wants the best for Suzuki and Caulfield.
Probably. Mint.
But yeah, it's funny. Like, even tonight against Florida, like, you could tell the kid is small and he's
Yeah.
gonna have to pack in like a couple of pounds of muscle. But hey, fucking just comes on the left
Great.
side, just a little shot to the net. Nothing hard, a little soft. You know, listen, people are gonna say, "Oh, it's a shitty goal." But, hey, you know what?
Goal is a goal.
A goal's a goal. Put the puck on net. You don't shoot, you don't score.
Paul Maurice
So-
must have loved that one.
He wasn't
Oh
too
my
happy.
God.
But
Oh my
He must have
god!
been very happy with that
Did you
one.
did you see his fucking verbal fiesta he was having against the Maple Leafs?
That's politely said.
He basically called them little bitches. He's like, you guys are fucking playing like little bitches.
Paul
Oh
Maurice
my God.
knows puck. He knows puck.
Well, I think he does, but hey, it worked. The one time we the Habs fans cheer for the fucking Leafs and they let us down. Like you know what? The
But
Toronto
they
fans
suck. It is what it is.
But this is what Toronto fans go through on the daily. This is no wonder it's tough being a Leaf fan. No wonder it's tough living in Toronto. Like this looks like shit.
Did you hear?
Yeah.
There's though they put some odds up today of Toronto, Toronto passing first round this year. I think they were, they were favored to win, but then again, we'll see what happens.
Let's
You
put
never know.
fucking
They
50
will.
bucks
I
each,
said it.
Ant.
I said it again. I said it before. They'll pass this time.
And
I think
let's
Tampa
put
is just
$50 each, and we're gonna win a lot of money.
Jesus.
Look,
I
have a feeling. I have a feeling
said this
something weird is
last
gonna happen.
year. I said this last year. Toronto
Yeah.
surpasses first round. They go to the finals.
They're gonna,
But then again,
No, I don't think it's not this
Not
year.
this year.
Maybe not-
Not this year.
Oh,
I
but
agreed
no.
last year, but not this year.
no, but there's something. But it's just that mind thing. I think. I mean, you're right. Last year, yes, but this year, on paper, they don't have that same team or that same fire to go to the finals. But it's all about breaking. Like I don't know. It's breaking the ice. I see. I don't know. But then there's Boston. Like Boston's killing it.
Well,
Rangers is killing it.
That's
That's
why
in
it's
New
less
Jersey,
about
yeah.
it's less about Toronto, more about the teams they would face. Last
Yeah.
year, if they passed Tampa, they were clear favorites to make the final. This year, with Carolina, Boston,
Oh,
yeah,
New
yeah,
York,
No
I
chance.
think it's gonna be way too tough.
tough, man.
But then you never know. It's playoff hockey, man.
Hey, I want-
anything happens.
Yeah, I want to ask you guys. Just going back to Farrell's debut, what did you think of St. Louis' comments when he was asked? Is it because he's showing that? You guys, are you confident putting him in the lineup? And he goes in French. He goes, "Oh, it's a question for Kent."
Yeah, I mean, straight out, he didn't seem happy about putting him in.
I don't
He
know.
still wants to win games, whereas Kent
No.
Hughes, I think, wants to see where prospects are at.
That's
And
your
I
perception.
agree with Kent Hughes. Besides the tank thing, they're not going anywhere. I'm sorry. We know they're not making playoffs. What does it hurt to put in the rookie for a few games just to see what he can do? Marty, I think, wants to always put the best lineup out there to win every night, but the season's over. So I personally agree with Kent, and I think Marty's in the wrong for that one.
Yeah, but
He-
it wasn't
he just
even
seemed
Kent's
frustrated.
decision. It was Gorton's decision.
Or Gorton, even if it's Gordon. I
Yeah, it
meant,
wasn't
meant the
Kent.
up.
Yeah, the upper
And Marty
management.
said
Upper management.
said Kent because he's talking about the management. Like he was like generalizing
But,
that
but,
department.
but what does it hurt to put the kid in just to see
Dude.
how he can do? It hurts Marty because Marty wants to have the best players available. to
Yeah,
him to
and
win
I
the
don't
game.
see an issue with Marty actually having. Like
No, but the reaction, I don't find
pissed
it.
about
Yeah,
it, but like
I think Martin maybe it was just
his
like,
job. Yeah,
sort of they didn't ask him.
they
just-
don't have to ask him.
I
They
know
don't
they
have-
didn't
if
ask
they're
him, but
evaluating fucking
Really?
prospects for reasons.
I understand, but
Fuck.
I mean, they didn't. I'm sure they made the decision to play Primo as well. It wasn't Marty's decision. You think Marty would have called up?
That was
Caden-
weird, but that was weird though.
Yeah.
why?
I don't.
You know
There's
why?
something there, man.
The-
I'm
the-
telling you.
Because I don't forget, Caden Primo is Keith Primo's son. Keith Primo made a life in Philly, so I thought he was going and see his dad.
Is he his son?
Yes.
Yeah.
Keith
I did not
Primo's-
know that.
Yeah,
Like, there's a million
yeah.
Primos in the world, but
Yes,
Okay.
but that's why. But like Keith Primo
Interesting.
played for Philly, made in his prime, he was with Philly. So I thought, I don't know, I'm like, okay, Caden's going to see Dada or something. But I don't get it. I don't
I think
understand.
they, you know, when we had the whole conversation about Monty, like, is he going to be a starter, or
Yeah.
maybe they had that confidence that if they put him in nets, they're actually going to win. They
Yeah.
don't want to win the game.
I don't know.
There's no other logical reason. I thought maybe even Primo was
They knew
from.
Primo sucked, so I was like, okay, just put him in.
I thought it was a big game to lose. It's Adrian's right. It could be a factor. I thought maybe they were from Philadelphia and he wanted to go in front of his parents or his
That was
his
more
family.
Farrell.
But if I went to look it up, Primo's from Michigan, so
Yeah.
I don't even know if his family
Oh.
was there
Well, there you
or
go.
whatever the case was. So then I started to think, okay, maybe they just wanted to try to throw this game. There's
Yeah.
no other logical explanation.
there is another logical. They're evaluating where they are at in terms.
But
of
one game,
what
and then
decisions
send
could
them
be made in
down?
the summer based on what they're looking at. They might let go of some pieces. You never know.
I'd agree if it's multiple games, but one game and then you send them down. You call them up, play one game, you
Yeah, I
send them
don't
back down.
Guys, okay, so this might lead to the next
feel
segment,
something.
So
but
conspiracy.
no,
You
no,
feel-
not conspiracy.
Wait,
No.
wait, don't go into another segment yet, because I have something to say about Marty's way of looking at things and
Okay,
upper
go
Okay, yeah,
management's way
finish
of
that
doing it.
point, but then Zook, remember that what you just said right now, okay?
Okay.
And then we'll get back to it.
Because this isn't the first time where we see little Anthony details about, and I'm serious. Okay, let's go back to I think it was the trade deadline. Well, I don't know if it was a trade deadline or if it was a Kent Hughes' mid-season press conference, something like that. But remember when he said winning is good to a certain point?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the midseason. Yeah.
So and then so like it's definitely not a knock on Marty, but at the same time too, it's like it's great. You're coaching these players to play well and to to play with heart and leave it all out on the ice. It's great and all,
Yeah.
but it's like, but fuck, but in doing so, you're creating results that might not be totally beneficial for the future plans of this team. And so fast forward to what happened this week. Like, it's like, oh, ask Kent that question. Oh, that's a question for Kent. So,
But what was the
Do you
exact
thi-
question?
it was something about, do you feel comfortable
'Cause
putting
That matters.
Now, for some reason, I thought he was talking about Primo, but I don't know if he was talking about Primo or Farrell in the lineup. But something along the lines in French that, like, are you comfortable putting the kid in? And he's like,
Terrible question.
that's a question for Kent.
Yeah.
And then he asked again. He's like, wait, question for Kent. He's like, and Marty gave him a death stare. It's like, it's a question for Kent.
That's fucking amazing, Marty, dude.
He's just
Man, look,
fucking-
he's a
so-
winner, dude. Like, what do you fucking blame?
Oh, but okay, absolutely.
Like-
That's the hockey player in him coming
Yeah,
out, like
dude.
wanting to win
Legend.
at all. But like, I don't know. Do you guys
Fucking
think? Do you guys understand what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
do you understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
That-
yeah.
Sam,
they're-
look at it.
they
Look at
may
it this
not.
way.
They might not be seeing eye to eye. I know Marty's short, but you know what I mean. Like,
Sam, look at it this way. I think Hughes and Gordon would have been much happier if they have 6 or 7 losses more than what they do now.
But guys,
Put it
hold
that
on.
way.
no, that includes you on that list. I know that, and me as
Yeah.
well.
Hey, but wait, hold on. I get what you're. Wow, I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm like the Mr. Detail guy. But for the first time, I'm not seeing it this way. I actually think we're just overthinking it because at the end of the day, guys, Marty doesn't make the final decision. Okay, Marty is a winner. He's not going to be a guy to have the losing mindset.
Exactly.
But at the end of the day, if Gorton and you say, "Hey, Marty, I don't give a fuck what you want to do. You're losing tonight," they have the right to do that. It's not Marty saying, "Hey, Hughes, this is my team. I'll do what the fuck I want." No. So at the end of the day, maybe they don't see eye to eye. Maybe like Sam, you're seeing those details, which is a given. It's something that I would see. But I think at the end of the day, if Gorton and Hughes want to lose, they would put their foot down.
Yeah. So
The other way around, then I would see what you're seeing. If
Yeah,
Marty, if it was Hughes the winner, and you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree that maybe it's totally blown out of proportion, and I think it's just media doing media things.
Mm-hmm.
But at the end of the day, I hope it doesn't become concerning in the future. I hope it doesn't become a problem in the future. Like, I hope it doesn't happen again, or at least I hope nobody makes some kind of comment, remark, like, not that they would do it on purpose, but like, you know what I mean? If they don't see eye to eye on a situation, like, as long as it's kept in the background and nobody knows about it.
Dude. Yeah, right.
It only become a problem if it does happen again and Marty is a bigger name in hockey later on. Right now, Hughes and Gordon can do what they want with him. I don't think he's earned the right to go against the management. I don't think he's earned it. I'm sorry.
But he's getting there, though.
He's getting there, but he's not there yet. So they still have the right to do it.
Guys,
And if he's a
remember,
bigger name.
I honestly think they're also playing a game of chess here, right? They're trying to make,
there you go.
like, guys, and this is what I was gonna say before about what Zook said, right? Like, why did they put Farrell? These games mean nothing. But with the mindset I believe this management has of of rebuilding, but in a smarter way and not retooling. We're hearing rumors, and again, this I'm not trying to get to the next segment, but we're hearing rumors that they want to trade to get established players instead of working with the draft, right? So maybe that's the whole Marty saying, well, ask Kent, because maybe he doesn't want to tell the media what they're trying to do, right? Maybe Farrell was playing to show what his assets, because maybe Farrell will be one to be traded. You know what I mean? Like, these are little.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Who knows? It's just, I think, but it caught everybody by surprise that Farrell would get into the lineup because he hasn't practiced. He didn't practice with the team at all. Like, he literally.
Yeah, I know, but Sammy,
Harvard
he's played a lot of hockey though.
Yeah,
Like,
he has. Yeah,
coming up until this point, I mean,
he never played
a lot of hockey. Like, is 30, 40 games in college a lot of hockey? That's
right, but wasn't he in the playoff run like recently?
Yeah, I'm including those
that means
games.
nothing.
Oh, including, yeah.
It's
No,
but
the
not
thing is,
in terms
no
of
hockey
intensity,
too.
right? In terms of his intensity of like
the kid dominated.
play. He's been having a lot of gameplay. Is what I mean.
The kid dominated. He was.
Looks like Caulfield. Like, remember, he came to the Habs. He didn't practice. He was slotted in the team.
He went to Laval.
Went to Laval.
Oh, he went to Laval before or after?
Yeah.
Because I remember him going after.
Oh no, he went to Laval. Scored 2 goals in his first game.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
he
so
played a little
he
bit
played
in Laval
one.
before coming up. Farrell
Okay.
was different.
Like this. So the rules this year. Don't forget that was during the start of COVID year. So the rules were different.
Right.
But they can't send Sean Farrell to Laval because he's not qualified after the trade deadline.
Stupid
Fucking
rules
rules.
again.
What a
So
stupid
I don't understand now. And what he signed a 3-year contract because he's not over 22, and obviously the first year is burnt. That's fine, whatever. They did the same thing with Romanov. It wasn't a big deal. They're doing the same thing with Jordan Harris. Not a big deal. I'm curious. He won't be able to go to Laval. I'm curious to see if he will get a professional contract from Laval when the season's done, because the minors, they still play, I think, a bit more games after the season's done, but I'm not 100% sure. But all in all, it's like, look, I know I'm a big fan of this kid. To see him score his first goal tonight was awesome. I don't care how soft it was, for lack of better terms.
Nah.
Look, man, like, good for him. This kid's a smart player. If he beefs up a little bit, he knows how to position himself properly. We're not in a time anymore where small players is an issue. Maybe in playoffs, but
If he has the IQ, Sammy, that makes no difference what size you are.
I agree.
I had similar fears with Nick Suzuki before he became Nick Suzuki. I found him being very small for a number one center. But then I saw him play, and I'm like, okay, he's not he doesn't put himself in positions to be vulnerable for that. And then he beefed up that second.
Yeah, he did.
He was like, okay, fuck, he's winning face-offs. He's strong. He's not falling. So I don't know. Things could change really fast, especially at that age.
Well, look, I felt
now.
Farrell's 21. I felt the same way when
still probably growing.
When Caulfield first started, like, he looked like a pipsqueak. Like,
but he's still scored. How many goals in his fucking?
Yeah, but Caulfield's a goal scorer, and whereas I see Sean Farrell has the exact same style as Caulfield in terms of skating, the same, like, they look the same, but with Nick's mind and with Drouin's playmaking abilities.
Yeah. In the side flank.
Okay, no,
did you see Joy's face?
That's exactly what I wanted from Joy.
Listen, if he could replace Drouin, I'd take him.
Sean Farrell's playmaking abilities is amazing. I think he's could have an NHL quality, be an NHL quality type playmaker. And I'm excited. Starting the third period, he's on the ice right now as we speak. And started the third period. What am I saying? We're 7 minutes in. He's on the ice now. I see right here. So
yeah.
All righty.
I mean, look, back to what Zook was saying before, in regards to, now I forgot what he was saying, exact words he said, but in many words you were saying, the next couple of games, how many? 6 left? 7, 5, 6, give or take.
There's 7 games, including. If after this one, there's going to be 6.
Okay, so 6 games left after tonight. These games mean nothing. right? And we need to, the last 6 games need to show, and again, this is the whole chess game I was talking about before, where I think Kent and Hughes and, Kent Hughes and Gorton and Marty are all playing this game with the media to, because look, I strongly believe that July, Montreal will be one of the most active teams on the market.
Oh, yeah.
They were active last year, too, in getting Kirby Dog.
But I think they're going to be very active. And here we are all fucking season long, Joey freaking out on last place, second last place, playoff run, this and that. I
when
think
Connor Bedard is a superstar, come talk to me.
I never disagreed with this whole
Yeah, but it's
Bedard
never-
thing.
It'll be soon.
But yeah,
Exactly.
but you could be last and not get first. So,
But that's the thing. Look, what's it called? Jersey was seventh last year, and they still got the 3rd overall pick. So it means
We
shit.
got second, we got first.
Yeah, the second.
Yes.
Yeah,
Still,
got second.
that was lucky, Joey.
We don't have luck. That's the problem.
We had luck last year, but yeah,
My-
What was the last time we had a 100-point player? Matthew Kachuk just put up 100 points tonight. When,
not
when was the
guaranteed
last
that
time we
Dar's
had
going to
one?
give you 100 points, buddy. But yeah,
Were we even born?
no.
My point being is, I think this whole draft thing is going to be something that's going to catch us off guard. Okay? There's a lot of rumors right now. Sorry, Joey, I know you didn't want to talk about this.
No, we have to talk about
No,
it.
we do, but I mean, it's tiring, but yeah.
And let's go rewind. It is tiring. Like, guys, to all
Rewind
our
3 years ago?
OG fans, all right, episode 2 Curfew Boys was
Episode 2.
PLD talk. Okay,
Yeah.
episode 2 with fucking Red Hot Chili Peppers theme song.
Yeah.
All right, we spoke
Low-
about
Low budget, no fucking salary. I mean, we still have no salary, but I mean, we had 0 budget.
only Sammy, even with shitty headphones, sounded the best. Like he always sounded. He still this day, he still sounds like the professional on the fucking podcast because of his voice. But fast forward 3 years later, we're still fucking talking about PLD. And I'm telling you now, Sam, you had mentioned not long ago, if ever we do get PLD, we're fucking putting that episode as a rewind episode for the.
Well, I might post a couple of clips rewind from on this one, but
Sam, can you put the one where I said we should have traded KK for him, and then I got scolded by everyone? We can't trade KK. We can't do it.
Joey.
Can you put that one?
Yeah, PTSD.
Of course.
Next thing you know, in a couple of years from now, Joey's gonna remember when Anthony opened this show about how Joey's available for both men and women out there. So,
No, but seriously, all jokes aside,
I don't know how this. Look, I guess it started at the start of the season where he made it public. Yeah, I want to be a Montreal Canadien. So, and I think everybody was like, yeah, okay, good for you. And as it kept going, it was more like, yeah, no, he still wants to be a Montreal Canadien. It's like, all right, let's talk. Now you hear fucking Elliot Friedman on the 32 Thoughts podcast where he's like, yeah, Montreal and Winnipeg have been talking. It's 95% sure that he's going to be there. They just haven't really been able to iron out details or fit. I'm like, what?
He's never said when.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, but okay. Let's talk, dude. Perfect. Let's talk about when here.
It depends.
Okay.
Depends, yes. He's right. Adri has it.
Okay. I know Adri. I think Adri, you got some. Well, you definitely got something. Okay. Why in any GM's right mind, why would he trade? Hold on a sec. Why would he trade assets now for him when he could get him in just one more year?
No, exactly. One more year.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
this
it all
season-
depends.
The
Let
next
me refresh.
year
No,
is the
hold
one
on.
after next.
Oh, time out. Let me refresh all your memories here.
He finishes this one,
He's-
and then he's got the one more.
He's
Exactly.
he's a restricted free agent at the end of this year, which means that
Okay.
Winnipeg still own his rights. That means if any other team wants to offer him a contract the way Carolina offered a qualifying offer
sheet.
to Jesperi Kotkaniemi, an offer sheet, exactly. If the Canadians do that and Winnipeg doesn't match, then depending the salary, what they gave him, they have to give up a certain number of first-round draft picks. That's not going to happen. Kent Hughes and Jeff Gordon are not going to do that. If they do that, I will literally. You guys decide which one of my nuts I'm gonna chop off. Okay, you guys decide. Not my left one.
But I saw.
Okay, so that's not going to happen. Kent Hughes is not gonna offer Sheed Pierre-Luc Dubois. That's off the fucking table. Now,
He can for 1 year.
Okay, and so what to Adri's point is because I think Pierre-Luc Dubois. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think he's 26. Is that right, or is he younger? All that to say is he's 24. 4, 8, 19,
24. He's fucking
okay. Perfect, because
he's Kirby Dog's age.
Because didn't he start the NHL at the age of 18?
Yeah.
So I think you become an unrestricted free agent when you've done 7 years in the NHL.
That's right.
Either you turn either after the age of 27 or you've done 7 years. Something like that. Okay.
You're not gonna wait that long, dude.
Oh, whose phone is that?
Sorry, guys.
It's Kent Hughes.
It's Kent Hughes telling.
Breaking news, boys.
He's telling Anthony that don't talk about PLD.
Like, it's like we got the trade. Go. We got that. Oh, Anthony better have something good from Kent after. So Winnipeg, you know that they're going to offer him 1 more year because Pierre-Luc Dubois is going to refuse anything else more than a year because he wants to be a Montreal Canadiens, right?
So why for this 1 year? With Winnipeg, do they have no choice?
They have no choice.
1 year. What if they don't want 1 year?
Well, then
I'm telling you, like what happens at that point?
Well, then listen, it's either trade me, or he doesn't get signed, and if he doesn't get signed as an RFA, he doesn't play. If by December, I think by December 1st,
well, they do have the whole arbitration rights that they go to, and if they don't,
they have arbitration. Okay,
yeah, if they don't go agree to a contract, they go there and they evaluate you of how much you should make for 1 year.
Okay,
so he might just sign that offer, but it's not the whole when thing. I don't think. Well, I was going to ask this to Anthony when he returns. It depends what market he's talking about for that Kent Hughes might make, according to him or his prediction. If Kent Hughes is going to get a few guys that are going to help us race to playoffs, okay, but
it's not a
we're not at that level yet.
Hughes said it. He's like, I would much prefer. I don't know if he said I'd much prefer, but he said along the lines, I'm looking for a more established player to make a trade for, like a Kirby Dach. Now, is he saying around the same age, like at that young age, 21, 22, or does he mean somebody in their prime at the age 24, 25, 26?
But it's not the right maybe if it was a Kirby Dach type player at that age, sure, but Dubois, I don't think the timing is right. Like, he does not make it. Let's say Montreal were to sign him without giving up anybody, and they have this roster next year, he does not make Montreal make it to playoffs. I don't know. There's a lot more to adding
to the depth. Yes, but that doesn't mean they're necessarily getting him because they're going to make playoffs next year.
But I mean, if you're planning to give up assets to get Dubois for next year, and you don't make playoffs because you're getting Dubois, you probably have to give up a first rounder.
100%.
And Winnipeg going to accept a rounder for a following year? I don't know if they will. They're going to want the first rounder for the year coming. And if Montreal's not going to make playoffs, you don't give that first round. So what do you do?
And I would never now wherever Montreal's actual pick, you don't touch. But if Florida doesn't make the playoffs in a strong draft year, I wouldn't give up that first round pick either.
Exactly. It's not the right time.
Unless they're waiting to see where Florida lands. And then they'll see if they'll give that pick with a prospect.
I think that's a possibility, yes. Because if Florida does make the playoffs, and if they go far, where they're going to be picking between 20 and 25th,
take it.
Then you know what? Maybe I'd consider trading that. I'll give you that, AJ. I think I would. Maybe.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm against that, Sam. I don't think they should trade in this strong draft year, even next year. Even if you get Dubois in the summer and they say, give us a 2024 first rounder, I'm sorry, unless Hughes and Gordon are miracle workers, I don't think they're going to raise the team's level where they'll make playoffs next year. And again, we might be in the lottery, not bottom 5, but we might be bottom 10, even, let's say, bottom 12. If we're in a lottery spot, I don't want that pick gone for Dubois. I don't think we're ready. I think we should just wait till he's free and not give up assets. We'll be much more ready then than we will be at the end of this season going into next season.
Because and the fear I have is not only if they want to go get him now, not only are you giving up assets, but you're gonna have to fucking pay him.
Yeah,
you're gonna have to pay him.
And they're up the cap, by the way.
They're 100% up the cap. You got to pay Caulfield. You got to pay Farrell. Sorry, not Farrell. You got to pay Harris. Sorry. Do you want to keep Dadonov? Well, you're gonna have to pay him.
Dadonov.
Oh my God! Sorry, not Dadonov. Gurianov. Sorry.
Which I think they will.
The other one.
The other off.
So okay, Ants. Perfect. You came in. What did Cantu say? What did he tell you?
So PLD's actually the offer sheet's been done.
The offer sheet.
Told you I was right.
Anthony, I was referencing your point. If Kent Hughes is going to make some marquee signings in the summer, which I don't think he can because they're still in cap trouble, then maybe go after PLD. But just getting PLD, just him next year, without much other major improvements in terms of defense and maybe goaltending. I mean, Montembeau's done well, but we don't know. If it's just PLD, you're going to have to give up a first-round pick. Now, I won't want to give a first-rounder this year. And next year, if we're going to be in the lottery.
Spoke about this is what AG hadn't brought up in. Did AG speak about what he wrote in our chat?
The trade proposal,
the Florida pick.
And then I said, depending where they fall, maybe they're going to wait until where he falls.
Exactly, like I
wouldn't give that up. I would not.
So hold on.
Joey wants to tank for 7 years.
And that's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. So look, all jokes aside, okay, and guys, I'm on the same page as you, Joey. Like I'm not here to buzz balls at this moment.
But you're about to argue with me. So
no, I'm not. I'm not arguing with you. My point is, okay, I'm like, look, we've been suffering for the last 10, 15 years, right? And
15.
Whatever. I'm just throwing out numbers. We've been suffering for a really long time since '93, okay? And I know we've been doing it wrong, but I said this at the beginning of the season, I think we're at the right spot to finally get what we all dreamed of. All us five specifically, because we've been talking on chats for a really long time about this team, of our vision and what we want. And I think this management will get to what we want. Now, I know Sammy's saying 8-9 years. Joey wants 15-20 years. Whatever. All I'm saying, I think these guys are not a losing mentality. They're a smart.
Yeah, they are.
No, there is some teams that are losing mentalities and they want to do it right, like Edmonton and everybody else. I honestly think these guys want to do this the right way, not a stupid way. But they're gonna, like I said, look, last year was a perfect example of getting rid of a draft and Romanov for Kirby Dach, and Kirby Dach proved himself this year that we won that trade.
Yeah.
Now
3 years age difference, by the way. That's
true.
A big thing. That's a big thing for us.
True. Now I do agree with you, Joey. I wouldn't want to get PLD now. That if their vision is to tank for another 3-4 years, which I don't see happening. I don't see it happening.
Hughes said, real quick, guys, keep in mind, Hughes said in an interview with Pierre LeBrun that it'll probably take this team another 1 to, or did he say 1 to 2 or 2 to 3 years?
2 to 3.
In 2 to 3 years, we're gonna be in the playoffs.
So why next year would you get Dubois? If we're not gonna make it, why would you give up? You're gonna have to give up a first round.
That's another little detail, probably. Maybe that's another little detail.
It's either Florida's or Montreal's 2024 right now. If you give a Montreal's 2024, and we all know the team won't be good enough to make it just with Dubois. Again, they're up against the cap. Hughes and Gordon were given such a bad cap managed team. It's incredible from old management. So because they're up against the cap, I don't see them getting other marquee signings that will help them make the playoffs next year. So if you give up that, I will be pissed if you give up that first of next year and you get Dubois and you still don't make playoffs. That's why I said just sign him for free without giving up assets.
But
here's a perfect frame in 2-3 years.
And here's another thing that Anthony mentions: Kirby Dach. He proved himself. It's like, okay, you bring in Dubois. It's like, but where's he gonna go? Where's he gonna fit exactly in the lineup?
You might keep Kirby Doc at wing if you're talking if we're talking lineups and tactical. Like
if you're gonna go lineups again,
Dubois a winger or center?
But hold on a second.
So wait. Back with Joey, because what's gonna end up happening if they do get Dubois, it's gonna have Suzuki and Dubois, the first two centers. Doc and Caulfield are gonna be back at the top.
Yeah, they're gonna be back on the wing. That's most sensible.
I want to say. I want to say something. Okay, back to my Edmonton comment. Okay, and this is where I see this management doing it smart. Okay, think about this. Joey, you made a comment of why get PLD now when maybe we can get him in 2-3 years when we're ready to contend, right?
It'll also be free.
You don't have to trade. You don't have to trade any assets.
Sign him in 2 years for free.
Yes, but how I'm trying to put my Hughes hat on, which I don't have that hat on. I'm not knowledgeable like them.
You have more hair than him, though.
Just shave.
Yeah. I'm actually losing a lot of it, actually. But anyways, okay. Look at Edmonton. Okay, McDavid. The year after, Draisaitl. The year after, this guy, Hopkins. This guy. They did it so spread out, and chemistry never built. Same thing with Toronto. Fucking Matthews, Marner, Tavares, all spread out.
Very good point.
No chemistry being built.
Yep.
You do it the way we're all projecting, and you're not agreeing with. If you do it in the way we look, Suzuki, Caulfield together, now they have a chemistry being built. I'm trying to close this. I'm sorry to all the listeners out there. I'm trying. I don't know.
He's
I'm
a very
little
busy
button
man.
on the side.
Very wanted.
It's a little flappy button.
It's probably PLD telling him to stop talking about it.
Stop ruining my future.
How do you close this? I'm so sorry. I don't want.
Okay.
You can edit this. Okay. My point I'm trying to make is, I think they want to do it in a way where the team contends in 2-3 years, whatever, not contends, but make the playoffs and whatever. But from now till then, you're building that chemistry instead of filling in little spots here and there. And then
I see that.
Build your team like Edmonton and Toronto, but then it's too late because the chemistry is built 5, 6, 7 years later.
And they're out of their prime.
You're more talking about teams like Colorado did what you're doing. They built together.
That's
4
true.
Years.
That's
growing together. They were. Yeah, I know, but but Joey, they basically became like one organism, and that
I see that point
with the same motion. So
it's just, I mean, the way Hughes handles assets, it's be so hard for him. It will be so hard for him to have to look at. I got Dubois. We still didn't make playoffs, and look, the team that in Winnipeg have a draft lottery pick. You know what I mean? He's got to fix. But there's other areas to fix before getting Dubois.
Well, like I said, hold on. Like, go. Another good thing, like, because I saw, because of our lovely Bergeron, we still have Alsner up against the fucking cap.
He's done after this year. It's
done.
Yes. It's the last year after this one. I'm pretty sure.
You got another year.
But at 1.6. No, but at 800,000.
Yeah, but
he has a hit at 1.6.
Cap management is awful. We're one of the worst. That one interview he said when he traded for Matheson or right around that time was one of the best he ever made. He said, "How could we have a roster something along the lines of how could we be last in the league, but we're first in terms of we're first in terms of cap space, in terms of how much space we have left. We're dead. Like, how is that possible?" We have the worst team and we have the worst cap space.
Yeah,
that's where he has to correct first. And until you correct that, me and Sam were talking earlier today, we had a conversation. Montreal's been scoring lately. I think Marty's done an excellent job getting the forwards to score, which is what Dubois does. If you guys know, since March 13th, the Habs were second only to Colorado in goals, like 30-something goals in like 2.5 weeks. They've been second to only Colorado. They score with half their lineup out.
Okay, but wait, Joey. To add to that, it wasn't always your forwards they got. Dude, if you look at their D points, it's all Matheson, it's all Savard, all.
It's a lot, but the problem is they can't keep the puck out of the net.
Yeah, that's why they're losing games
no
like
matter
9-5.
how well,
it's fine.
8-2,
and who
or whatever.
And what group of problem is that? We praised the way Montembeault's played this year, and we're still bad defensively. So to me, that defense. I'm not saying it's all the rookies or whatever, but the pairings that are there are not obviously not working. Plus, we have injuries with Gouli, etc.
Yeah.
But a lot of
fix
people
that at first.
A lot of people fear that Dubois is going to have kind of the same attitude problems like when he had with Tortorella, and now look what's going on in
Marty,
Winnipeg.
dude.
Look what's going on in Winnipeg with what's Winnipeg's coach's name? My God, I had to tip my tongue, but he called out his players just the other day, saying there's guys in that locker room, if they think they're giving it their all, they're dreaming.
Yeah,
and I mean I don't know if the coach is talking more about guys like Scheifele, Wheeler, and Kyle Connor, and maybe not Dubois,
but Sam,
Tommy,
did you ever see that city?
Their coach you're talking about Bowness or however you
It's
pronounce
Rick
it?
Bowness.
Rick Bowness. Yeah.
Bonus.
Yeah, so it's like.
Did you ever go to Winnipeg though? It's like,
yeah, it's the worst city in this fucking country.
But honestly, I think PLD wants to come here because he loves the idea of playing with Marty.
Do you ever fear this could be another Drouin? Because I certainly
no, it won't.
No.
Marty won't let it
no,
happen.
not with Marty, man. It's a different regime.
But he's gonna cost this team so much money.
Yeah, that's the thing. It depends
we can't afford him even if we wanted to.
Not right now. We can't. No, we have to get rid of all the dead weight. Drouin, Hoffman. Yeah. All these guys, they gotta clear it.
There's that. Yeah. And what if we do draft a centerman top 5 this year?
Yeah, I know.
Then what do you do with exactly? What if you? Okay.
Wait, what do you do
if we get first?
You do nothing. You.
What if we get first? What do you do if we get first Thursday? What do you do with Field?
If we get Connor Bedard?
Yes.
Unless you put him on a line.
Okay, and what if you get Fantilli?
You put him. You say goodbye to the. You don't announce or pronounce Pierre-Luc Dubois' name ever again. If you get Adam Fantilli, future Hobie Baker Award finalist, you don't even pronounce Pierre-Luc Dubois' name if you get Adam Fantilli.
So, look, these are all hypotheticals, right? We all have valid points. I'm not taking any of these points away from anybody. Joey, you have a good point of the contracts. You know, who said about the dressing room scenario where he could be related to oh my God, Drouin. All valid points. At the end of the day, we don't know what's going through their heads. All I'm saying is I believe this management is doing it in a way where they want to look. How many times have I said this is an argument Joey and I had many times about heart and talent. Okay, and I kept saying, you know, heart is important, whatever. And I finally came in and I said, look, talent is needed, but it's not what makes you win. It's a balance of both talent and chemistry and heart. Okay? Clearly, this team with heart went to the fucking Stanley Cup Finals with not much talent. Okay? Heart brought them that far. If they had a bit of more talent, we probably could have won it. Right? Toronto, all kinds of fucking talent. Can't even fucking pass the first round. Edmonton, all kinds of crazy talent. Can't even make the fucking playoffs. Okay?
They were in the semis last year, but they're doing well. They're not as bad as what
they lost. They lost against the Stanley Cup champions.
They will make.
Last year was the first time they went that far. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah. But before last year, they were can't even make the playoffs. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is, I think getting PLD now, if that were to happen, I think the vision shifts for this team and this management. I believe that they're trying to build this team ground up with chemistry instead of spreading out the talent. Because that's what you need. You can have all the best players on the fucking.
But ask yourself this though: Pierre-Luc Dubois on any other team, is he a number one centerman?
He's not even number one on Winnipeg.
So,
but you know what? I don't even want him for a centerman. I just want his talent on the wing.
Because 25 goals, though, man.
I mean, okay, you put him on the wing, but then what happens to a kid like Slavkovsky that you drafted first overall?
Yeah, there's a lot of moving parts here. There's a lot of moving parts.
What happens to him? Because if Dubois comes in and suddenly he's the player that pushes your first overall pick down to the third line or the fourth line,
people are gonna have Ken Hughes' head for drafting.
Oh my God! It's listen. Maybe
just trade him.
Oh my God!
I think
trade PLD for more assets. Nice.
I think July.
Okay, you're gone. Mid-game, get the fuck out.
I think July will start shifting our vision a bit.
We'll see.
We'll have more clearer vision of the future because I personally do not see the mindset of this organization tanking for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 years. I don't see it.
It's not even
No,
their
no.
vision of tanking. It's how their players develop.
Yeah.
They can't buy again. They have to perform a miracle just to get PLD. Not that he doesn't want to play. Obviously, he wants to play here. It's easy to trade, but it's the asset that Hughes and Gordon have to be comfortable giving up. And
Okay.
again, salary.
Okay.
How do you
Okay.
fit in?
Let me paint this picture for you
What's his
guys.
salary now?
6 million or 6.5, something like that.
It's like it's contract.
Who's more desperate to trade him? Or okay, who's more desperate? Is
Winnipeg.
Montreal is Montreal
Winnipeg.
more desperate to get him, or is Winnipeg more desperate to trade him?
I think it's
Winnipeg.
neither. I think it's just the player. It's the player's more desperate out of anything, not even the team.
And if okay, so if Pierre-Luc Dubois is more desperate, what does that do for Winnipeg? It puts them in a handcuff,
Exactly.
and it gives Kent. It actually, I just thought about this now. It gives Kent Hughes the balls in his court.
Dude, Kent Hughes is
Yeah,
a
but,
fucking
it
lawyer.
doesn't
The
do
guy
well
knows
for
how
the
to play
players'
the
game.
chess.
Dude, Kent Hughes is an agent, not a lawyer. What the fuck are you talking about?
I know, but agents are lawyers. They're lawyers. They have their law degrees. They're lawyers, right? So they know how to play these fucking situations.
Jeff
I'll look
Gordon
at his
has a law
LinkedIn
degree.
later. See if
He's
he got
not
his
an
law degree.
ex-defenseman who was on the fourth line in a minor team in St. Louis here. Like, he's a lawyer.
Sam,
Okay.
in hockey, when players say, "I only want to play for this team," refuse, it gives them a bad name. It's happened a lot in other sports, but people remember that. Later on, Dubois will be remembered for not wanting to only.
Let
me say something on this.
Football
point,
players, and basketball players do that every hour.
Let me explain why.
Different. It's a different mindset with it.
Go Zook.
No. So this is what I wanted to, and this is my thing there that I said earlier. I was gonna say it in our chat, but I was like, might as well say it here. I was not for PLD coming to the Canadians at that time, and I was like, okay, look, he's gonna be another Drouin, this and that, the pressure, blah blah blah. But then, as of like lately, as of the rumors, surface with that 95% certainty that he's coming to the Canadians, and hearing that he wants to come to the Canadians. When was the last time, guys, that a star player wanted to come to Montreal on their own fucking will?
It helps.
Never. Nobody. We wanted to get Briere. He said, "Fuck you." He came at his prime.
Even like Cavalier.
Even like Cavalier, the guy, exactly. But he was old. He was in his 30s at this point. But,
dude, yeah, but Briere was in a Stanley Cup contending team twice.
Right, but this shift that you're witnessing is something of a rarity that you don't even fucking perceive it. So having a French Canadian wanting to play in Montreal, his idol, his fucking favorite team, a guy that takes pressure better than most fucking Quebec players, and he wants to thrive, scoring goals, 25, 30 goals in Montreal, wanting to come here, that's when I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's try to get this motherfucker, because it's never gonna happen again. And he's young.
But, I mean,
I don't know, man.
I don't know why we have to have that mentality.
He fits the mold of the Canadians. He's a big, fast player.
I don't get why we have to have that mentality. Oh, he's from here. We have to get him.
Because
in the US and I can guarantee you in the US,
it's
Toronto, they don't have that mentality. Oh, the guy's from Jersey, New Jersey. Let's go get him. He's from Jersey. They don't have. It's only here.
No, it's not only here.
They're saying about Matthews going to Arizona, where he's from.
It's not only here, dude. And
I don't know. I know what you're saying, Joey.
Can you give me another one besides a Quebecer wanting to come here and it makes such media hype
guys,
in another city?
I think you right now, and I said this at the beginning of the season.
Kane going back to New York.
This whole talk is gonna go in the garbage if Toronto. Hear me out, and I said this before, and don't attack me here. Toronto does not make the first round, past the first round. Mm-hmm. It is over for Marner and Matthews.
That team's gonna implode. Yeah.
Okay. And that is another thing of maybe going after Marner. Or not Matthews, but Marner.
You would want to have that in your team? I don't know, man.
I'd rather have Marner than Matthews.
They're all cancerous in the. I don't know, man.
I would have Marner than Dubois in a second.
I'd rather have Dubois.
No.
Because Marner never said he cared about. He's a Toronto Leaf fan. Like, why would you want to have that type? Like,
okay, it doesn't matter.
I don't know, man. Maybe Marner's better, yes, but like,
I'm sure we have Montreal. A player in Montreal were a Leaf fan growing up. I'm sure there's one player in Montreal right now that was a Leaf fan growing up.
Well, Toronto got Tavares because he grew up a Leaf fan. So
I don't know, man.
So maybe Dubois could be our Tavares.
Yeah.
No, man. He might excel in this
not the
pressure,
same.
and with Marty St. Louis, dude, you never know, and he might be a compliment to what
all-
the chemistry that we're building, right? So
all that to say is, if we do go get him, the smartest move would be to wait till he's an unrestricted free agent and not trade assets as a restricted free
for
agent.
that, yeah.
But my fear is he's going to cost this team too much, and it's going to put
We'll see.
the organization to another chokehold in terms of salary cap situation.
But Sammy, what if he's like, you know what? To play in my home fucking team, I'll be willing to take a pay cut.
Dude,
so what if he says that?
No, NHL players are the only players that would not take cuts.
You don't think so?
No, they have less power than other players, though. So maybe that's a part of it.
No, but who did that though recently?
Their agents are
wait.
fucking hyenas.
I don't know about that. Who did that recently? Or where was it done? Was it even hockey? Maybe no.
I
remember of a situation where
Jagger, where he paid.
No. This is recently.
One of the biggest ones ever to do it was maybe Crosby took a pay cut to stay in Pittsburgh, but
Tom Brady took up many
Patrice
Bergeron.
Bergeron, that's what I meant. Sorry, that's what I meant.
Hockey, yeah.
Bergeron.
Yeah, but
he took a
in his age now, I mean, it makes more sense.
No, Joey.
He's still winning the Selke this year.
Even before, when they won the cup, Cantu said, he's like, how the fuck are you refusing not to make? You could make so much money. And he's like, no, I want to keep this team together.
Well, that's right.
Look at Tom Brady, Joey. I know you hate him, but whatever. But Tom Brady in his prime was taking pay cuts. When that guy
there you go.
Anthony, you said you weren't going to bust Joey's balls tonight.
No, but
that's a lie. Yeah, okay. Bergeron, why doesn't he come to Montreal? French superstar. Why doesn't he come here?
Because he doesn't want to play for Montreal.
Because he
because he likes
simple as that. PLD wants to play Montreal. That's all.
Because he likes Bergeron likes the Nordiques. That's why he was a Quebec Nordiques fan.
It's like sometimes
so go to Colorado.
He was a Nordiques fan. Yeah, he was.
Colorado's not Quebec City.
Boston.
No, that's what turned me around of PLD train was a player wanting that come fucking here.
I just think,
that's rare as shit, bro.
No, but yes, okay, fine, it's cool and all. I do get it, but I just think the ball is in Kent Hughes' court though, and I think he could be like, listen, you're gonna try to if the Canadiens don't acquire Pierre-Luc Dubois before the start of next season, Winnipeg is probably going to have to trade him at the deadline to another team. They're gonna have to try to get something, but right now their only hope of getting something in return for Dubois that could 95% guarantee it is from the Canadiens. They're gonna want something, and if Winnipeg says no, Hughes like, okay, well, good luck, ciao, bye.
Sam, we already have our superstar. Harvey-Pinard scored again tonight, so we already have.
We're gonna get to
what a guy.
By the way, he has double the goals of Gallagher. Just FYI. And
just by the way, on a full season, he's on pace for 30 goals.
Hold on, go Anthony.
Just to conclude, Dubois.
Yeah.
Before we get to Pinard and everybody else, look, the worry about another Drouin, the worry about salary cap, the worry about rushing this team to rebuild, retool, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I don't have those worries with this management.
The worry about assets. That's my
assets. Look, whatever Hughes and Gorton does, there's a reason behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're businessmen, and they have hockey knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
When we had Bergevin, he played with emotion.
This is
so all the moves that he made. All our worries came in, right? He got Drouin because a French superstar. We need a French superstar to build this brand of the Montreal Canadiens back to French, whatever, right? He didn't think. He was never thinking. It was always emotion for whatever. We have Kent and Marty who are winner mindsets. They don't fuck around, and they're very smart businessmen. So to answer your question, Sam, I think Dubois is going to ruin our cap and fuck us in the future and chokehold us. I don't think Kent will do that. Zook, another Drouin. I don't think Marty wants another Drouin.
I was afraid of that, but yeah.
So if PLD does come to this team, there's a brighter vision and a smart decision being made by management. That's all I have to say to conclude.
Yeah, he's going to take care of all
that. I hope he gets traded to another team so that I can just tell Anthony, told you so.
It's possible too, Joey. He's not coming, right?
I'm talking hypothetical.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you want him here. It seems like
I don't. I just want a winning team.
In how many scenarios does he come here, and how many scenarios does he not come here?
Odds are he's not coming here, but there's a possibility, dude. Like,
I won't be disappointed or happy if you.
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
end of the day, I'm trusting the system now.
Really,
Me,
Zook?
Joey, I know you're gonna hate what I'm about to say right now,
Probably.
but I see it as Kenton Hughes and Marty is Kraft, Belichick, and
Oh,
the
boy.
Patriots. They're doing it. I'm trusting the system. Whatever happens,
I'll take that, man.
Every year for the last 10, 20
We're
years.
gonna
of my
see
life,
deflating pucks soon.
Yeah, whatever. As long as we win.
last thing, and then we move on. For the last 10, 15 years, whatever it was, trade deadlines, July 1st, always disappointed as a Habs fan. I was always disappointed every July 1st and every deadline. For the next 4 or 5 years, I will not be disappointed whatever decisions are made because I'm trusting the system.
I'm glad.
So I don't care if
It's
Dubois
good to
Amen,
have
brother.
at least
Amen.
trust. But
I don't care if
I
Dubois
could
comes
see-
or fucking KK comes back. I don't care.
I
All I
could
care
see-
about is I'm trusting the system.
I could see if they bottle after Belichick. Montreal's up it's game 7. Montreal's up by a goal. The other team has a breakaway. You see the puck deflate just in front of their eyes, and they're like, I don't know what happened.
Whatever, as long as you win.
Who mentioned Harvey-Pinard earlier?
14
Joey.
goals this year, double of our
Yeah,
our
dude.
hero Gallagher.
I think he's fantastic, man. Fuck.
This kid, does he make the lineup as of next
Yeah,
season?
please.
Of course.
Actually,
please.
does he get a contract extension as of next season?
Of course.
Yeah, I think so.
You should.
I see a little $2-3
I mean,
million
14 goals
contract.
in is it what 31, 32 games now? He's basically almost scored in half.
He's a
what-
30
you know
goal
what
scorer.
scares me,
I'm telling you.
though?
He has potential for 30
Nah,
gonna
Zook,
check
it's
the
gonna wear
stats.
down. I think it's the whole beginner's luck type thing. He's not a 30 goal scorer. I mean, he could be. Hoping I'm wrong.
If he
But
is,
we've been
that's
using him on the
insane,
third
though.
line.
I think
Even
14,
if he
14
fills
goals
out
in
to be a
32.
third line dependable player, I'll be happy with it. This is a guy you
Wow.
drafted 7th round. As
Don't
long
take
as you
this-
don't give him $6.5 million, you're good in my books.
Don't take
You'll
this the
get
wrong
3.5.
way. Don't take this the wrong way. It's so hard to judge these players this year because they are playing to shine. They're not playing for. There's no pressure on these guys,
And they're not playing to win.
and they're not playing to win. They're playing to have fun. So all these superstars that are shining, all these young players that are shining, it's amazing. I'm loving it. Don't take this the wrong way. I'm fucking loving Pinard. I'm loving Goulet. I'm loving everybody the way they're performing. It's so nice to see. But put them in a new setting next year when we're trying to make playoffs, let's say.
Mhm.
Are they going to perform the same way? That's why I'm having a hard time putting my hopes up of watching Pinard play and all these guys because, look, fucking Paling, we fucking went ball sack crazy when he got the hat trick last game of the season. We went crazy last game. Like, guys, next year, fucking Paling's gonna fucking kill you.
Ball sack crazy.
I don't know. I just came out of my
The
mouth.
new term.
We're all going crazy. Paling 3 goals. Oh, next year, fucking superstar. Put the C on him. Guess what?
Well, he did get injured, but yes,
Yes.
and for this part, I do agree. We'll see how they are
Finish
under
the sentence.
pressure.
I agree with you. Finish that
Mm.
sentence.
Keep going,
No,
Joe.
I do agree with the statement made by the Curfew Boys. So yeah, with Pinard, we'll see under pressure. Again, he's obviously scoring more than what people think he should. It's nice to see, but I've always been concerned the way Marty and the team has coached a team to win a game when it's tough. And I'm talking in terms of defensively. I think he's putting them out there to try to just play their own way, be creative type, but they're not learning the two-way game. That's me. To me, they're not playing the two-way game. It might change, but you're gonna need that when you have to go to make playoffs. If you take a look at Boston know how to score, but they know how to keep the puck out of the net. I hate to use them as a team, but
Yeah.
they're definitely one of them.
Fuck
They know how
yeah.
to score enough to beat you. They're not going to be there, score 4 or 5 a game. Like I said, Montreal has scored so many goals this past 2 to 3 weeks, but they still have a losing record. They cannot keep the puck out of the net. Injuries are a part of it, but I think structurally they're not doing themselves a favor because even when everybody was healthy, yes, maybe we had too many rookies and a bunch of injuries as well to Edmondson.
And that's the thing. It's the injuries that gave him this opportunity, and he took full advantage of it. But Is he going to have the same opportunity next year, or did he win that opportunity for next year?
I think he did, obviously. But Sam, my question is, if Montreal get into tighter games next year because they're better, and it comes to a point where Marty says, "Hey, you got to be back there to defend," is he still going to be able to keep up defending and coming to score 14, 15 goals?
He might not. I don't think he'll score the same amount of goals if they make him play a little bit more of a defensive game, but he could.
Yeah, that's the thing, is you have to learn, hey, you got to put up this production, but you got to play defense. And that goes for everybody.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned this to you, Sam, specifically about how Suzuki and even Caulfield, like these guys are putting up numbers, but they all forgot about defense. I'll send you guys after.
Yeah, but Joe, let's be honest. Is Caulfield really supposed to be a defensive player?
I know. I hate saying this, but he was better under this with Ducharme, and same with Suzuki. Suzuki was still playing well, but doing well. Again, I think my only worry with some of these guys is they forgot how to play defensive enough to win a game. That's me. And
I agree with that statement.
We say how many times defense wins championship.
I'm fine. No, I don't agree with that statement.
But it's also now because also all the injuries.
That's your proof, Zook.
I think the new brand of hockey is going to be more offense than defense.
For sure.
You need that balance.
Wait. Now it's a balance, but I'm saying this year, the next 3 years, it might be a goal-scoring league.
How many games have you seen? How many games have we seen that it's teams are putting up more than 4 or 5 goals a night?
Yeah, and I think goal fours is at a record high, right? I think I was reading somewhere. Like it's never been like this.
But also it's because I think we're in that era of no longer high caliber star goalers.
Yeah, that too.
Like there's just Vasilevsky that's left. But
paired that with the fact that the game is faster and these kids are, dude, you see these kids shooting. I've never seen this before in my life. It's insane.
They're unreal.
Even
but
fucking fourth rounders are incredible kids nowadays. It's insane.
Well,
so
look,
it's a high scoring game. It's high speed, high
for
all
sure.
That.
Well, look, Harvey.
Go. Teams like Chicago and Arizona have given up less goals than Montreal, and don't tell me they have anything to rave about on defense or goaltending.
They may have less injuries. They may have more of a systematic.
Even with injuries, everyone's praising Mutombo. We're still third last, or we're still third last behind Columbus.
Yeah, but look who's our coach, though. Luke Richardson,
But that's what I'm saying is I think there's been emphasis on scoring more, but I think a lot of the defensive game has been just lost. Like I said, Suzuki was an amazing two-way player, but I don't see as much. When I look statistically, and I'm talking about advanced ones, defensively, it's like it's night and day what he used to be to what he is now. So they have to find that balance. And when you have to play both ends of the ice, it's harder to produce. It just is. That's what Harvey-Pinard, we have to see if he can keep that up. That's just what I'm saying. My worry is next year when a game is tight and it's tied or it's a close game, can he produce?
The thing is, next year it's gonna be different because there won't be as many injuries. Now,
don't say that.
We had that last year.
Oh well, yes, but I'm saying is now there's a lot of injuries, so maybe at this point he's like, okay, just fucking just go score.
I don't think it's only that. I think the fact of the injuries is creating that lack of chemistry. Whereas if for example Nick Suzuki had consistent line mates and consistent D-men, he wouldn't have been a defensive liability as he was.
Had this year. This year he had until Caulfield's injury. He had the same two guys besides the one crazy time where Marty was putting Doc at center.
Before Christmas, the Habs were not far from a wild card. Like they were playing well.
They were still in playoff position.
That's what I'm saying. So it's all the injuries that fucked them up more.
To this day, I think I believe Adrian more and more that they could have made wild card if everybody was healthy.
Yeah.
Or at least fight for it.
Nope.
Those advanced analytics, when a team is injured,
I don't think it'll be fifth last.
Don't mean anything.
The injuries was a blessing in disguise for all these young players that are showing their talent.
Yeah,
they all got an opportunity in the professional league because of all these injuries. We wouldn't have not seen Pinard play if there was all healthy players, and that's number one.
No,
so
I
we wouldn't have not been able to say that. And
yes and no, I just want to say yes and no because there's injuries every year. So he seemed like he always seemed like the first guy to come up if there was an injury. And you're telling me no team does not not suffer an injury in 82 games. So I think he would have still had his opportunity regardless.
But maybe not that. Like, look, okay.
Maybe a
Good point.
day.
I don't think he would have lasted this long if those injuries.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It took him a while before Pinard started showing that, right?
He had a rough start in Laval.
That's why. So yes, let's say injury would have happened and he came in. He didn't have they gave him. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. But they gave him a lot of time before he shined, right?
Yeah.
So maybe in your sense, so.
But he took opportunity. He took full advantage of those opportunities. It's 2 games where he's got 2 goals, and then he got his hat trick.
Yeah.
Like it's a 7th round pick. Like it's fucking fantastic, and that's the thing now. It's like right now he's going to be a restricted free agent at the end of the season.
Tom Brady Habs.
I'm gonna throw up.
He's making 825,000. Like what do you guys think he's gonna get? I think
maybe a mil. Like how much more are you gonna bump this guy up? Like it could be 1 season.
Well, do you sign him for 1 year?
No, you sign him for more.
I say you sign if they could sign him 3 years at 1.5 or 1.2.
Yeah,
like
that's what I see.
I think.
Yeah, that could be a stretch. But if you can turn this into a 3rd-line player, it's golden for Montreal because
I think so too.
3rd line is something that's important. It's hard to find good 3rd liners if you want to win the cup.
Or you throw him in as an asset for PLD. I'm joking, but
no, they're not going to round the 7th. They're not going to want a 7th round pick player. Like, I mean, good on him. He could score. Maybe.
Wouldn't that be a win though for us?
Man, are you kidding?
Of
win? Course.
Yeah,
for us.
Yeah,
I would.
Yeah.
Right.
I think,
No, but hold on, Joe.
Yeah,
I see the face that you're pulling. I'm an idiot.
No, it's never gonna happen, and so I'm not even gonna.
I know
it's not even a remote possibility.
Okay, I'm talking hypothetical.
Yes.
I'm talking hypothetical. I know,
Scenario 1.
I know it's not gonna happen, but it's something that Hughes could pull. That's all I'm saying.
You realize they're gonna laugh at him if they propose that, right? There's no way.
They're not gonna do 1 for 1, Joe.
Okay,
Like, come on.
Kirby Doc for Romanov wasn't a, oh my god, what the fuck?
That was more of a shock that we gave up Romanov more than the value of the trade. The value of the trade is fine. Doc struggled in Chicago, and Romanov solidified himself as at least a 2nd pairing defenseman in Montreal. Whereas Pinard is a 7th rounder having a good 30 games to Dubois, where everyone's saying he's, at least a legit 1st, 2nd liner.
I would love to be a fly on the wall to any of the listeners hearing this part of the conversation that they would trade Harvey-Pinard for Dubois.
Come on,
I would love to be a fly just to see that. No. It's fine. It's just talking. Just
I didn't say 1 for 1. Whoa,
no, for sure. But I would love to be a fly. I would love to be a fly just to see their reaction.
I wouldn't even do it if you throw in a 1st in the next 2 years. So you throw in that 1st, I wouldn't even do it. The 2023 or 2024.
You wouldn't do, again, hypothetical, and I know it's not going to happen. I'm just having fun here, but you wouldn't do Dubois for Pinard and Florida's pick?
Yes.
We're not ready. We're not ready, and we don't have the cap. We're really up against the cap.
Fuck the cap. You have enough.
It's hard, but that's part of the deal. You have to look in the cap.
No, hold on a second.
No salary cap? Yes, in a heartbeat, I would.
Okay, no salary cap era. We're allowed. Pinard,
PlayStation 5
for PLD. You wouldn't do that?
I would.
No, we're not ready.
Eyes closed. I'd say
yeah. We're not ready, Joe.
We're not ready. You said screw the cap. That's fine.
He doesn't want to agree with me. That's his problem.
No. You said screw the cap. I'm not mentioning the cap. As a team, we're not ready.
But you're getting rid of Pinard, who is not a superstar, and a Florida pick who don't even know if he's going to make the NHL for a PLD who's going to give us 80 points a fucking season. And you're saying no to that?
Yeah, he hasn't made 80 points.
He's going to make 80 points with Curfew and Suzuki.
I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe if you're talking about cap, we're ready to make playoffs, sure. But I keep thinking of cap and how our team is structured. That's I can't that out of the talks. It's part of it. You can't just say screw the cap.
Stats man goes in his fucking realm right now.
It's hard for me to accept that because it's part of it. You can't just take something out.
Too deep. He's at 58 points.
I would take that deal, Ant.
He's got 25 goals.
Dang Zook.
Joey can't just have fun. That's all. He has to be serious all the time.
What do you mean having fun? I'm looking forward to the draft.
Look, he's been a 20 goal scorer his whole career.
Pernard is 6 goals away, equal value, and then there's the first rounder. So there you go.
Yeah, he's bigger. He's a centerman.
Caulfield is 5'6", and the guy can
pedigree.
score.
Hey, he's 5'9". Okay, he grew an inch.
He's 5'6" compared to everybody else, and he could score 40 goals if he is healthy.
So you're saying Pinard could score 40 goals?
No, Caulfield. I'm saying screw the size part.
Well, it depends who you ask, Joe. Sometimes size matters, but anyway.
In hockey, a little less of what you're talking about.
Again, it depends what kind of hockey you're talking about.
Too late for this.
Yeah. Oh my God. I think I'd make that deal.
Okay, let's end Dubois. I'm sorry, we spoke about it at lengths. Like, it's done.
Okay, it's okay. We gave our thoughts. I want to talk about Lane Hudson real quick. Okay,
that's a good way to end it off.
Okay, is it fair to say Lane Hudson is our top prospect on the depth chart for the Montreal Canadiens?
Traded for PLD. Fuck
no.
See, Anthony Wood. If that happens,
now you're gonna get us murdered. If you really think
no
way.
If that happens, I would burn down the Bell Center. If they would trade Lane Hudson for this was my worry. Some stupid idiot would just convince them to do this. Like one of these prospects, it would just worry me. Anyways,
I just wanted to happen just to see Joey's reaction.
Dude, not just Joey's reaction. I think the entire city would. I think
I will be part of that with fucking torches at the Bell Center.
Half would be pissed.
Yeah.
I think half would be pissed.
Is it crazy that I want this to happen only to see Joy's reaction?
Oh my God,
it's amazing.
It's not good. Like he's gonna drive to your place and find you and hurt you.
It's okay.
No, I have nothing to do on Anthony. It's not him. I would go to the Bell Center with a torch. I throw it right at the fucking windows.
You're claiming arson.
No, that's a pretty high throw. Like you can't. Like,
I'll have Anthony throw it.
Guys, I'm only laughing. I'm laughing like this only because I know Joey so well. I grew up with kids, and I've seen his snap attacks.
The casual sport, nobody cares about that.
Not casual sport.
It's the rest that.
I've seen Joey in his snap attacks, and it's so hilarious that I actually picture him doing everything he just said to the Bell Center. I picture it. Joey,
I have a tendency to hold. I don't get angry when I do it.
You remember? For all the listeners out there was one day. It was me and Joey in a parking lot at. There was actually a shooting yesterday at that parking lot. But anyways, the one on Bélanger. Okay, remember you and I were like fucking fighting as a joke, and then you just lost it and attacked me, and you just started screaming.
Possible.
Yeah, I picture you doing that when Hudson. Anyways,
it's
cut this part out. But yeah.
It's just look, he's our best prospect, and I just don't want anything stupid to happen.
No, you're right.
Like,
All jokes aside,
we're waiting for somebody like this, right?
There's no way.
I would never do that. I just wanted to buzz balls, but no, never.
Just the way Hudson played in that final game to win the Hockey East championship in overtime. Like they were down. They were losing, and then he just decided to be like, "I got this, guys."
Sam, he has something you cannot teach a player, which is clutch. You cannot teach that.
Yeah.
You either are clutch, you can become clutch.
So you're gonna call him
clutch? Don't.
So Lane Clutson is what you're gonna call him?
Lane Clutch Hudson, one of the two.
Lane Clutson.
He might not get in the NHL, but at least there's hope that he could be a clutch player because he's showing it where he's playing now. He did it in the finals. He's a defenseman doing this.
Yeah, unreal. He got snubbed by the Hobie Baker finalists.
Couldn't believe it, but still, that's fine. You know, keep him underrated. I'm okay with that. We all know what type of player he could be.
Dude, but I freaked out when I saw that he broke records since Brian Leach in 1989.
Yeah.
Like there's Brian Leach.
Read about that, but yeah, I'm not surprised.
Hall of Famer, Stanley Cup champion. Just saying. Listen, I think he's. Remember when we did our top 10 prospects during the summer, which we're gonna do again this year? I think it's
change that.
but it's gonna be a lots of fun. I can't wait to do that actually, because there's a few names that are coming off there, and there's a few names that are coming on there, and there's some guys that are jumping their last rank. I think Lane Hudson just made from. I don't. What did he rank him at?
Because I did his.
You did it?
Yeah, I think he was fifth or sixth.
And
so now he's gonna be first.
I don't know. He's the top though. He's not the top.
Who's more top than him?
Better.
Still Slavkovsky. In my opinion,
Slavkovsky's not a prospect anymore.
I don't consider him a
yes, he is.
He
hasn't
no,
played.
he's not. He's an NHLer.
He's an NHLer. He's an NHLer.
Okay, fine. So then I would say Logan Mailloux is close to Lane Hudson. I'm not sure who's ahead of each other, but
hey, Logan Mailloux finished most goals by defenseman in the OHL, 25.
Sorry to say, but to me, that he looks more like a promising player than Lane Hudson. I'm not to bust your balls here.
No,
not to bust your balls here, but he's a bigger, faster.
Listeners out there, remember he liked Ryan Paling, so just
whatever. Fuck.
So did I.
Listeners out there, he's a Roman fan.
You can't compare the two. One's a defenseman, one's an offensive player. Just two.
Well, Mailloux's offensive.
They're both offensive. Both offensive. He scored the Michigan, bro. Fuck, insane, dude. Like it's sad that nobody's talking about him because
with that sound. Because
wait, he's gonna make it and kill everyone. Fuck, you're gonna see. It's so good.
Maybe they'll be.
I love underdogs, man. I'm the underdog, man. Like the
I love underdogs too.
Come out, man.
How about we all agree? Maybe they'll just be paired together.
That would be insane, yeah, for sure. But aren't they both left shot?
No,
Mailloux's right.
Oh, he's right. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
so then it would work.
But
I'm just
yes,
speaking. Maybe they'll just play on the same team. So it's best of both worlds. They'll both be great.
But just the way Hudson was clutch in those playoffs, he's going to the Frozen Four. Man, I'm super excited. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be Easter weekend. Or just before Easter weekend, the Frozen Four. Like, I'm rooting for him. I really, really am. But did you see Rem Pitlick's brother Rhett, the goal that he scored?
How many Pitlicks exist?
He fucking like triple windmilled.
Everyone's Pitlicking. Like, when is this?
They're becoming the new Stalls.
Man,
yeah, seriously. But apparently, no, Joey. Apparently, Lane Hudson has a younger brother that plays defense that broke records for the under 16.
Sign him.
What's happening in the world, man? Like, these kids are insane.
Yeah, the future is fucking bright. That's all I have to say.
Right,
guys, think about it. Just conclude this whole fucking this show. Mm-hmm. We brought up names and theories and projections of the future. This future is just, it's beautiful.
I have good news. Pittsburgh won.
Mm-hmm.
So Florida, even with Florida's win tonight,
they won.
Even though Florida beat the Canadiens 5-2, they still don't get a wild card spot. Pittsburgh, finally they fucking won, because like Joey said, they're becoming frauds, and I believe it. Hey, Columbus lost to Boston in overtime, so that's not so bad.
That was kind of a strange result. Flyers got a point, which is great to wrap this up. Ottawa won, keeping pace with Florida to try to drop them.
Capitals got a beating.
Okay, the max we can get is bottom 5, the 5th spot, because
6 Arizona. That's our biggest worry right now.
Arizona, 6, yeah, but we can't go lower than we can't hit to Anaheim or Sharks. Impossible.
No, it's almost impossible. Like I said, at 6-7 wins, we could have been at the absolute bottom.
Anaheim would have had to win. It has to win.
It's impossible. It's
we're gonna draft Will Smith.
It's not
another sentiment.
5th or 6th, or even 7th if Flyers really mess up.
Yeah.
Okay. But I'm looking more at Florida. So before we end this, I'm looking more at Florida, because Florida, for them to have a shot at number 1, they need to be 22nd, which is where Washington is. I don't think they'll make it. So, but anyways, if they can drop, it would just be better to have a better overall pick at that spot.
What, it's like 15 overall, more or less, is projected
for them, between 13 and 15.
Dude, so if we get 2 in the first round, oh my god,
no, you're right. Yeah.
We get 5th, let's say, overall, and 15th. That's incredible.
But that's what I want. That's what I want. I hate bringing this up again, but insane. if that pick drops into the mid to late 20s, maybe you consider trading that for.
Yeah, it depends.
Depends.
Right. That's not a bad idea. Yeah, you're right.
That's what.
Could they do that? Yeah, they could do that.
They could do whatever they want.
Okay, yeah. No, but I'm saying it's on draft day, that right? Like, you gotta wait.
Yeah, or before. during the summer.
I was saying he was supposed to get the rumors. He was supposed to get traded at last year's draft for Anderson and another
We'll
pick.
see.
Hey,
He's in
Anderson
Montreal.
is still an asset for trades, so and that can help our fucking salary cap. On that note, gents, any last words?
Bye now.
He said it all.
To all listeners out there,
Bye now.
thanks for listening. Again, follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Subscribe on YouTube if you want to see our beautiful faces. Listen to us on any podcast platform like Google, Apple, and Spotify. Guys, we have our Curfew Boys date night tomorrow, so looking
that's
forward to
gonna be
that.
Hey now.
That's
Looking
gonna be
forward
fun.
to that.
We need to say that, by the way.
Bring the booze.
I'm
Sorry?
hungry.
Very what?
He said, "Bring the booze." Sam.
Yes. No, but you said you had to say.
Oh
what?
no, we have to say that when we see each other instead of saying like, "How's everything?" Like, say, "Hey now." That's what we have to focus.
Hey now.
Yes, for sure. All right. On that note, until next episode, ladies and gents.
Bye now.
Bye now.
Good night.